Hey everybody, it's Jason back with Jump Ball, and we're talking about the Western Conference A seed today. Now, there is a lot of teams coming for the A seed in the Western Conference. Unlike the Eastern Conference, which we just talked about, we are going to dive in a little bit deeper. There are a little bit more teams here. So currently, right now, we have the Memphis Grizzlies, the Portland Trail Blazers, the New Orleans Pelicans, Sacramento Kings, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Phoenix Suns that all have a chance of getting that A seed. Now, the A seed is the only seed that they're really vying for right now. As you can kind of tell, the 7th through the 1st seed are kind of already locked up. And right now, currently, Memphis is in that A seed. And now they are a younger team. They're led by Ja Morant. They did just make a trade for Justice Winslow. But he's currently injured and hasn't really played for them yet. And then Jonas Valanciunas, who is their center. And they also have Brandon Clarke coming off the bench. Now, they have a really nice young core, but the thing that's going to hurt them is strength of schedule. They have one of the worst strength of schedule in the Western Conference left, which is really going to hurt them down the stretch. And also the young core just doesn't really have that much playoff experience. They're going to really have to struggle against better teams, trying to also make a better playoff push and be able to get a seed. But right behind them is the Portland Trail Blazers and the New Orleans Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings. They're all 3.5 behind right now, and their strength of schedules are a little bit easier. The Sacramento Kings do have the worst out of the three, and then the Portland and then the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the New Orleans Pelicans have the easiest strength of schedule left of the remaining games. And New Orleans just been playing really good basketball with Brandon Ingram, who was an all-star. And they have Zion Williams, who is back, and they have Lonzo Ball, who has a really good improved three-point shot. Now, they do have veterans on this team, which really helps them. They have J.J. Redick, who has never missed the playoffs, so he's really got that mentality to know how to make that push. And they also have Derek Favors, who's really good for them down low and is able to help Zion with the defense. And now we go into the San Antonio Spurs, who are 4 games back. Now, they've been kind of playing inconsistent basketball. One night, they look really well and look like they should be in the playoffs, and the other times, they just look lost. They have a okay strength of schedule left, and I just don't really think they don't have it to push it. And then the Phoenix Suns, they are 6.5 games back. They have a in the middle strength of schedule left. Again, with them, they're a very young team, and I just don't see them really making that push. With 6.5 games left, they could make it interesting, but they would have to go on a 6-7 game win streak with all the teams above them. So basically, I have it down to 3. I have it down to Memphis, Portland, and New Orleans Pelicans, my bad. And honestly, it starts coming down to strength of schedule. With Memphis having such a tough strength of schedule left, playing against a lot of playoff teams, and with them being such a young team, they had that really good run, but then they started coming back to reality and started having some losing streaks. And I just don't really think they have the veteran presence to be able to make that push. So then we come down to Portland and New Orleans Pelicans. Now, Portland has Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. They have Hassan Whiteside, they have Trevor Ariza, and they have Carmelo Anthony. Now, they were playing some pretty good basketball before the season got suspended. And honestly, they have the veteran presence and the all-stars to be able to make that push. Now, the hard thing for them is that they don't really have the wing depth, which has hurt them, which is why they had to sign Carmelo, which is why they had to get Trevor Ariza. And when you don't have good defenders on the wing, that really hurts them when you're trying to go up against Giannis and LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and you have Luka Doncic. Those guys are really needed to have top defenders. Now, Trevor Ariza used to be a top defender, but he's just not that anymore. And now that comes down to New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the Pelicans were the hot team. They had just gotten Zion back, and Zion was that great push that you really need. He was basically their acquisition at the deadline. Now, I think the Pelicans are going to be able to win the 8th seed with the momentum they have. They have a well-balanced roster. They have a good coach in Alvin Gentry, and their strength of schedule is the easiest, which is going to help anyone with the playoff push. So, New Orleans Pelicans, congratulations. You are going to win the 8th seed in the Western Conference.